quite remarkably, round 44 of the Championship was an absolute disaster for myself and not such a good weekend for Blues. Now, for myself, 11 games were played. Coventry play Ipswich on the 30th of April to finish off the round, but in the first 11 games, I got nothing correct. No results, no scores, nothing. So every result I said, something else happened, which is pretty rare. I mean, that would have been worth some decent money putting a bet on that, but yeah, it was I guess don't quit your day job is the advice I can give to myself. Blues, not a good time either. 0-0 with Rotherham. We scored in like the 80th minute, but it was ruled out for offside, and fair enough, it was offside, but it was a very late call. There were already fans on the pitch celebrating, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. But we do it the hard way. We batter Coventry 3-0, play them off the park, and then draw 0-0 with Rotherham to drop us back into the bottom three with 2 games to go. A massive fixture for us this weekend against Huddersfield away. That has many permutations which I will speak about later. For now, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get into the predictions for round 45. QPR face Leeds on Friday. QPR 50 points. You'd imagine they're safe for the season. It might not be declared till the final day, even if they lose this one, but you know, if Huddersfield beat Blues and QPR lose, you know, they'll still be safe. It's going to take a lot of things to happen for QPR to drop, even if they don't pick up a point for the rest of the season. So for me, QPR are fine. Leeds, they're second at the moment. Ipswich are a point behind them with a game in hand. So if Ipswich win their 3 remaining games, then Leeds can't do anything about not getting automatics. But again, win their games and they're putting the pressure on. If Ipswich slip up, Leeds will be there to mop up. This one, I've got a feeling Leeds will get the job done. 2-1. Blackburn face Coventry next, and to be honest, with Blackburn, you don't know what side is going to turn up. Just looking at their last 5 results, so they beat Sunderland 5-1, brilliant. Drew 0-0 with Southampton, good result. Then they lost 5-0 to Bristol City, very poor. Went and beat Leeds 1-0, again, brilliant. First team to win at Elland Road this season. And then went back home and lost 3-1 to Sheffield Wednesday. So they are very all over the place at the moment. They're currently on 49 points. I think they probably need another point to get them to safety. But again, a lot will need to happen for them to go down. But they are at risk. If they lose both their games, there is a decent chance that they will at least drop a couple of places. Whether they drop into the bottom 3 is a different story. Coventry, not great form. 3 losses in a row in the league. They lost at Wembley against Man United on penalties, as we all know. And their dreams of back-to-back playoff seasons is now over after losing to Hull in the week. I think this will be a tight game and a 1-1. Bristol City are unbeaten in 6 and they welcome Rotherham. Now, Rotherham, as we know, already relegated. Frustratingly, they took a point off Blues in the last game, which makes our job a lot harder. I think Bristol City will win this. I'll keep it short. I don't think there'll be many goals. I'll go 1-0. Cardiff take on Middlesbrough next. Both these sides have had decent seasons. Middlesbrough obviously started awfully and would have been expecting to be higher, probably in the playoffs. I think I had them to finish in the top 4, so not great, but again, they've saved a really poor start. This one, I mean, Cardiff, hard to read. 3 wins in their last 5, losing the other 2. Middlesbrough, not winning 3, lost 4-3 to Leeds, but gave them a good game. I think Middlesbrough are slightly favour. I like some of their attacking players, Jones and Latte Lath, to be specific. You know, those 2 are very high-end Championship players by the looks of it. So I'll go Middlesbrough to win 2-1. and the mouth-watering matchup that certainly all the teams at the bottom have their eye on, but probably most of the league, because this clash, 22nd against 23rd in the 45th round, is very, very big. And I'm just going to go through the permutations first. Let's pretend that this game is being played before the rest, just to say everyone else has a game in hand. If Blues beat Huddersfield, Blues will go above Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth and Blackburn into 19th place going into the final day. If Huddersfield beat Blues, Huddersfield will go above Blues and Sheffield Wednesday, so out of the relegation zone. If it's a draw, Blues will go above Sheffield Wednesday, so again out of the relegation zone, and Huddersfield would be sitting on 45 points. So they're within touching distance of safety, but it will be tough. Now, the other thing to this is if Blues do win, Huddersfield would then be on 44 points, and they could only catch Sheffield Wednesday, which wouldn't be enough, as they would need to catch two teams, so they would be relegated. So this is a game that Huddersfield cannot lose, but honestly, they have to win it if they want to survive, especially with them having Ipswich on the final day. This game, to be honest, I'm going to kind of forget about form, because both sides have been very poor recently, and that's why they're sitting in this position. Honestly, the first goal is so important. Huddersfield have to win it, so they're going to go for it the whole game. But if they get that first goal, they, I believe, will sit on it and just try and counter. Again, flip side, if Blues get the first goal, it will be the same, but Huddersfield will push so much that I could possibly see, if Blues go 1-0 up, them maybe adding a second and winning it. I'm not sure, but to be honest, I think this game is going to be so scrappy, very, very defensive. And Huddersfield, if they're drawing or losing towards the end, they are going to be putting everything forward. I've got a feeling it will either be a 0-0 or a 1-0 either way. And I'm going to have to back Blues, because I think we've got more quality. But to sum up Blues' season, I'm just going to use a bit of a simile here. If, you know, it's kind of like if you were at work, say you work in an office, and yes, Steve Spooner was there for one game, so let's disregard him being manager. But if you've got 5 managers in the space of 9 months at your office, all telling you to do things a different way, you're really going to struggle to get on with life. And that's exactly what these players have had to deal with. And I know a lot of people say the players have made mistakes, they haven't given their all. But again, if you've got 5 different managers telling you to do different things, changing philosophy constantly, and you haven't got any solidity, you're kind of destined for failure. And as soon as Eustace was sacked for Rooney and Rooney didn't work out, our season has gone into complete turmoil. Now, going back to the score prediction, I am going to back Blues because, well, we really need it. We could be relegated this weekend if we were to lose and a few other teams were to win, but I don't want to think about that. I want to think about Blues getting the 3 points. I really hope we can do it. Blues to win, 1-0. Millwall take on Plymouth next. Now, Millwall, after 3 wins in a row, are now on the beach. They're completely safe. Is that going to mean that they're going to drop off a bit? I hope not, because Millwall, in their last 5 home games, it's 4 wins and a draw, so very, very strong at the Den. Plymouth, they've been poor away all season. That has really been their Achilles heel, and even since they've changed manager, they've won 1 away and lost the other. The win was a 1-0 against Rotherham. The loss was 3-0 to Stoke. Plymouth are by no means safe, but a win would take them to 51. They'd be fine. A draw, 49, that could take them to safety because of better goal difference. If, well, I guess if Huddersfield were to win, but still, they wouldn't be safe, but they'd pretty much be there. I think 49 points is probably enough. For this one though, I'm going to go Millwall to win, keep up that good home form, 2-1. Norwich face Swansea now. Swansea on the beach, safe, 3 wins in a row as well, all keeping clean sheets. A 3-0 against Stoke, 1-0 against Rotherham and 4-0 against Huddersfield. So good form from Swansea to pull them to safety. Norwich, 4 games unbeaten. A win here would guarantee them playoffs, or even if they were to lose, if Hull were to lose to Ipswich, Norwich would get playoffs. So it's interesting from that perspective because Blues play Norwich on the last day, so I really hope that Norwich do manage to clinch the playoffs in this game on this weekend, but who knows, maybe not. Now, I've got a feeling Norwich will do it, so I will go for them to win because they're brilliant at home at the moment. They keep winning, so 3-1. Sheffield Wednesday face West Brom, and this is another big game. Now, Sheffield Wednesday obviously batting relegation. They are now out of the relegation zone with 2 games to go, but they've got the worst goal difference out of everyone down there other than Rotherham, who are obviously already gone. And I mean, even if they win this weekend, one of the bottom teams, Blues or Huddersfield, are guaranteed to at least be on 47 points. So Sheffield Wednesday cannot mathematically be safe this weekend, which means it will go down to the final day. However, West Brom need to win one of their last 2 games to guarantee the playoffs. And again, I think they'll get something here. But part of me does have a feeling that because West Brom on the road haven't been great this season, they've picked up more losses than wins, I've got a feeling that it might be a draw. So I will go 1-1. Southampton v Stoke next, and Southampton, it really matters whether they're home or away, it seems recently. They now can't get automatic promotion, they're guaranteed to get playoffs, so maybe they'll ease off a bit now and kind of just rest up until then. But at home, very, very good form. Unbeaten in 5, winning 4 of those. Away from home, their last 4 matches, it's 3 losses and a draw, including that 5-0 loss in midweek to Leicester. Stoke, they could be, say, 50 points. You'd think that will be enough, but again, results could go very, very badly for them this weekend. Say if Blues won, Sheffield Wednesday won, Stoke lost, they'd still be in it. However, I think they might be safe by the end of this weekend because I can't see everyone below them getting points. Now, Stoke, they won their last one 3-0 against Plymouth. They've only lost 1 in 6. Few draws in there, so I think I'm going to have to go for Southampton to win. I just don't see much quality for Stoke, so Saints to win 2-0. Watford v Sunderland. Now, this is a dead rubber, both sides on the beach, both sides bottom half, but it could be quite an interesting one, as, I mean, Watford, in their last 4, they've had a 3-2 loss and then 3 0-0 draws, so, you know, no goals for 3 games is pretty boring. Sunderland, their last 4 games, it's a 1-0 win, a 1-0 loss and 2 0-0 draws. So I'd be very surprised if this is a 5-goal thriller. I'd expect there to maybe be a 1-0 win, but I'm going to go for less than that. I'm going to go for another 0-0. Hull face Ipswich next, and this is a big one. Hull, I mean, it might be out of their hands anyway if Norwich or West Brom go and get a win or, you know, something positive, but they can still get it. They just probably have to win both of their games and hope that Norwich or West Brom don't pick up any wins, so it's tough. I don't think they're going to get playoffs, but good form recently, 5 unbeaten. Ipswich, I mean, no wins in 3, a 1-0 loss to Norwich, 0-0 with Watford, 1-1 with Middlesbrough. And although it is in their hands, if Leeds win both games, Ipswich have to win all 3, because 2 wins and a draw Leeds have much better goal difference and would clinch it on that. So yeah, Ipswich probably need to win all their games. Can they do it? I don't think they're going to win here. Hull are a very well drilled side, some great attacking threat, and I think that they will get something. So I'm going to go 2-2. And finally, on Monday, Preston versus Leicester. And will we see title celebrations? Well, a win for Leicester would mean that they are definitely promoted. But if Leicester win and Ipswich fail to win, Leicester will win the league. I mean, if Leicester draws, but Ipswich and Leeds lose, then it's enough again. There's plenty of ways it can happen, but again, if Leicester win, they will definitely be promoted no matter of other results, and they can win the league if Ipswich fail to win. Now Preston, 3 losses in a row. They've gone off the ball a bit recently. They've dropped into 10th, so I don't think they're going to put up too much of a fight. However, Leicester, in their last 4 home games, they've won all of them, but their last 3 away games, they've lost all of them, and they are away here. So maybe there's a little bit of a hoodoo going on there, but no, I think Leicester will get the job done and win 2-0, meaning they are the first team promoted. Let me know what you're thinking in the comments. Give me your predictions. Make sure to like and subscribe. It's a massive game for Blues. I haven't been this worried about a Blues game in quite a few years, because we could be relegated this weekend if we lose, and Sheffield Wednesday go and get something, we'll be down. So quite worrying, but I've got to try and stay optimistic. Hopefully we can get the job done, get a good result, but again, it's going to go to the last day even if we win, which is quite unfortunate. Make sure again to like and subscribe, and up the Blues.